Hi, students. This week we're going to talk about crypto political sensitivity. And this is an important topic because with the meltdown that FTX is an exchange. Like buyers and sellers meet in place called exchange. Like the NASDAQ is an exchange. The FTX is also exchange. And then we have a meltdown there. Apparently, the owner of this exchange was giving money to Democrat. A lot of Democratic leaders, politicians, also some Republican, but mainly to Democrat. The question based on that and other reasons, is the crypto biased toward Democrat or not? So is the crypto political sensitive to who is in power in charge? It could be the case that maybe Bitcoin biased with Democrat, Ethereum with Republican, we'll see. But why we care? Why we care about this topic? Well, because government is a monopoly. In every country, there is one government. Okay, if government is a monopoly, then we need to know with this regime how it's going to be. Like, I cannot, for example, ask at CU Denver HR, Connie, can you take the federal tax and give it to Canadian government because I want to get healthcare in Colorado, but Canadian government will pay. Education from Colorado, but Canadian government will pay for that. No, she cannot. If you live in the United States, you pay taxes to the federal government. If you don't like the system here, you live in a different country. So government is a monopoly. Once we have election, after the election is over, one regime control. Government is the biggest demander. People don't know that in the United States. We think it's a capitalist country and small role of government. No, 44% of the US GDP is done by the government. And when I say government, I'm talking about city, state and federal, all of those functions. Together, they produce 44% of our US GDP. Maybe 42, maybe 46, it varies by the year, depends how much deficit. Number three, we care about government because you regulate the market, regulate our life, our social life. Now, recently, you can do abortion, you cannot do in some states. You can marry, you cannot marry this, you can marry that. So we regulate a stock market, capital taxation, or subsidies, all of that. So these are the three reasons why we care about this topic, why political cycle is important for crypto. So the reason for crypto is extremely political. Is crypto really extremely political? That's a motivation. Does Democratic benefit from crypto donation from FTX scandal? So what happened in the news? The question: does crypto doing better when Republican and Democrat in power? To analyze the question, we must collect data about crypto performance during two political regimes. You cannot buy a crypto done in 21 because 21 was Biden. You need at least two governments, Trump and Biden, or even Bitcoin has it Obama, Trump, and Biden. But we need at least to have two regimes, Trump and Biden. Now, if Obama also great, but most of these coins came in during Trump and little in Biden. And then we collect data about crypto performance. We know the regimes. And given crypto in recent asset class, we have some of Democrat Obama and then all of the Trump and some Biden. So here is the model that we're going to estimate. We're going to estimate that RTG minus RF, the coin G minus RTF, risk-free, equal alpha J is a constant, plus beta J, this is a movement of the coin with RM minus RF. RM is a market return S&P minus RF, risk-free, plus theta J times DT. So you ask me, plus an error, UT, it's unobservable. DT is who's regime in power? 1 if Democrat, 0 if Republican. Now, probably as I'm talking now, you said, Yusuf, I have no idea. What are you doing? What I'm doing is trying to estimate a model that tell me if a party, Democrat in power, is that good for the crypto or bad? How are we going to do that? We need to collect data about crypto market return, risk-free return, and then we're going to ask an RM market return, and then we're going to estimate this model and see what we have. So to estimate, probably by now, even by now, you still didn't understand what's the story here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna go to the data, do some empirical, going back to the theory, back to the empirical, back and forth multiple times. You will settle about what we are doing. So we need to calculate the data, collect the data, and then create data about political cycle, and then estimate the model. And from where we're gonna get the coin, you go to this website called Market Cap, and then you can see all the coins here, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, PNB, USD, Beyonce, XRP, Dogecoin, Cardano, and others. If you click on Cardano, you can see a lot of information about that, but we're gonna talk about it, about the blockchain technology they have. We'll talk about it in future classes, but that's a Cardano. So we need to collect data about Cardano. So we're gonna go Yahoo Finance. I picked Cardano, you pick any other coin, but not Cardano. Ready for Yahoo Finance to come in. Here we go. Excellent. So Cardano came. Now, the Yahoo Finance came. Now I'm in Cardano US. I click on that. And then you go historical data. And then you say, I want to do monthly. And then you say, I'm going to go to the max. And the max starts from September 29, 2017. So that means during Trump. And by now, till December 5th, which is Biden now, 22. Then we have a two regime, then we can use it. I'm going to do apply and download. Boom, get that. Return. And this is equal. So let's explain what we have here. So the first, October 1st, November 1st. So the return in October equal to the close end of the month, which is October 30th or 31st, minus the price at the beginning of the month, divided by the price at the beginning of the month. Double click, boom, done. Now notice if you go to the bottom, there is not -1. So there is no, so that means because there's no sell here. So we're gonna stop in December. Basically we got the data for November. So this has to be deleted. We're gonna stop at November, month of November. And this is yellow. That's the end of the sample. Now we go back to the analysis. We have the model. We need crypto retail minus RF. So we didn't have RF plus other things. So let's do next to do the RF. So we get return for Cardano. Good. So what's RF? RF, you go again to Yahoo Finance, or you can get it differently. We can go to a website called French Library Data, and you click on it, and you click on this one. That will give you the monthly. Open this zip, and double click. Now you have the RF that we needed, and also in our model, we need RM minus RF, market return minus RF. And this is basically, this is the market minus RF. So we got all the data we need. We don't need these two. And the data from 1926, but we didn't want it. All what we want it from October 2017. Good. So we're gonna say, all right, so we're gonna go all the way to October 2017. Delete those. Now, October 2017, right click, copy, and we put them here. Now we have Cardano market. So we got all the data we need. We get Cardano retain. We didn't have R minus R Cardano minus RF, but we have this one. So we need to do an insert here. And then we're gonna do Cardano minus RF. And that will be now be careful, this is a percentage, this is not a percentage. That will be Cardano minus this divided by 100 because it's not a percentage. Now this is a percentage, this is not a percentage. Now RF, double click, insert. RF is a percentage, RM minus RF is a percentage. Now we're going to make it not percentage, so we can compare all apple by apple, oranges by oranges. Good. So that will come to be our Y. Insert comma. And this is our X. Finish the model. We need to get the DT. Recall, this is our Y. We got that. This is our X. And then there's another one, DT. DT is political binary variable. One if the president is Democrat at time T, 0 otherwise. So DT, we know Republican in power 0 and Democrat in power is 1. So Republican in power in 2017, Trump was a president. Biden became to be a president in January 2001. So now Biden started to be a president in January 2001. We're going to go all the way back, and we're not going to take these two. So we're going to stick with the sample is to here. Good. Seems we didn't have data even in this, so we're going to go back to October. October, and those are, we didn't need this data. I'm going to make it as gray. So these are not in the sample. So basically, our sample is only till October. Okay, so now what I'm doing here, I want to regress the crypto return after we take the bond rate with the market risk premium, RM minus RF, market return minus bond risk premium, and then regress that also over political cycle, who's in power, Republican or Democrat. The power is 1-0. So we're going to do DT equal. So DT, when Trump in power, it was from January 2017 till December 2022. So in this case, we're going to say Republican in power, that means 0. And then Biden, the other regime, he started from January 2021 till present. and we're going to give 1. So that's the political binary for political cycle. Now we're going to regress the model, and our eyes are on the theta. We care about theta. If theta is a political sensitivity, if theta above 0, that means Cardano is favored by Democrat. If theta below 0, that it means Cardano is favored by Republican. If theta equals 0, that means it's a neutral, doesn't depend on any party. So we're going to do the analysis now. How to do it? Well, we need to go to something called, you need to go to data. You need to see something called data analysis. If you didn't have it, the way you go files. If you didn't have data analysis, you go to files, options, add-ins, go, and you check all of these boxes. I'm gonna uncheck them. If uncheck, you're gonna lose this too. Okay. So these two will go, but we need them. So I'm gonna show you how again to do it. Files, option, add-ins, go, and then you check this toolbox and this one. You do okay, and then watch here data analysis. You go to data analysis and you ask for regression. I need to do a regression analysis. That's a regression analysis. You do okay. And then what's your Y? Now notice here there is a label also. So Y is Cardano minus RF, all of that. That's my Y. Okay. And then what's my X? Well, this is my X. This and that, these are my X's. And you do okay. And then you check labels because we use the first row. In 5 seconds, we're gonna know the Cardano is a biased by Democrat or not. Boom, the results are out. First of all, we will see here is the R square. R square reflects the model fitness. That means how this model fits the data. And R square, it ranges between 0, which is perfectly unfit. It ranges between 0 and 1. And 1 means that the model is perfectly fit. So that's R square. In our R square, we can see it is near 0, so not a good fit, the model. What do you got here? We get here, this is the alpha, Cardano alpha, which is 0.23 a month, multiply by 12, you have to do first equal. So Cardano in every month give you a quarter percent times 12, that's what we give you. Now, let me make it green. Now, the blue, this is beta, and equal 0.9003, and that's a blue, and that's a green. Means the Cardano risk is below the market risk, and theta, which is our analysis about it, I'm going to make it in yellow. This is your theta, and equal negative 144. That means it's favored by Republican. So we're going to go back here to this model. We calculate the crypto minus RF. The alpha is the access return. Beta is sensitivity to the index, S&P. Theta is the political sensitivity. Now, if theta if theta greater than 0 means favored by them. If theta less than 0, then favored by GOP. And if theta near 0 or equals 0, then it is neutral. So these are the bottom line of this analysis, and I'm going to put it on definitely in green. So if theta above 0 favored by Democrat, if theta below 0 favored by GOP, I'm going to put that in red. So GOP is red. And if theta equals 0, that means the neutral is going to be gray. And the word neutral is typo. That's a neutral. What we have here is theta below 0. So that means favored by GOP. This means access return from the market. Access return means outperform the market. This coin outperform the market. Beta, if it is below 1, then less risky than the market. If it is above 1, then riskier than the market. And when I say market, I am talking about the S&P index. And if it is equal to 0, that means the coin has the same risk like the market, like the S&P. In our case, this coin is favored by Republican, but we need to look at the T-stat. The T-stat, if it's above 1.4-ish, then we call it statistically significant. If T-stat, let's assume below 1, then it is, in this case, then we call it statistically not significant. And if it is in between, if T-stat between, say, 1 and 1.4, then we call it kinda statistically significant. In our case, the T-stat, and here I'm talking about absolute value. Absolute value of T-stat. T-stat. In this case, the absolute value of T-stat is 0.59, like 0.6. That means it's below 1. That means it's favored by Republican, but the inference is, but not statistically significant. That means slightly favored by GOP. So we go back to the slides and we can see that I want you to select you're gonna watch this video that I'm doing now. Pick a coin from the crypto market website. Pick a coin that of interest. Make sure it has 2 regimes or more, Obama, Trump, Biden, but at least one Trump and one Biden, some of Trump or some of Biden. The results, Cardano is favorite by the group because theta equal to negative 0.14. The inference, Cardano, the inference, it is not statistically significant, so no strong bias to politics. That's my inference, because it is that it's slightly favored by Republican, but the because it is that, so yeah, slightly favored, but not strong bias to politics, either Republican or Democrat, because it is that is small. So here we have it. All I want you to do is back again, go to this website, and you have the link. Get the data of pick a coin that has at least the ICO of this coin before ICO, like initial crypto offering, first time was it traded. The ICO before during at least during Trump time. If it's Obama, even better. Here's a list of coins. Go to the here to get the data from the Pharma French control copy, and let me put you the link. French data library is, here's a link for the French data. So go get this data and do it for a different coin other than Cardano. So let me summarize what we've done. The idea was, is a crypto politically biased? Maybe this coin biased with Democrat, that coin with Republican. And why we care, because the government is a monopoly in every country, the biggest demander. They consume, like the federal budget, almost 44% of the US GDP, and regulate the economy. How are we going to do it? Well, we need to collect data about the coin return, the RM minus RF, market access return, or risk premium, which is market S&P return minus RF, and data about politics. When you do it, you get results and then some inference. In a folder, or when you do the announcement, you will find also the this Excel file. You will see exactly what you see here. So all what you have to do is just pick a different coin and put the return for the coin. I'm gonna put it in a yellow, in a blue, light blue. Just put the coin, if you're interested, put it here. Just put the return and then do the regression with the data, regress with the regression, and then get the results and analyze the results. And that's it. Regression model, regression result. And this is a Cardano coin. And that's it. That's all I want you. So this Excel will be available to you also. All what you have to do, just put the coin of interest and report the results and the inference. Thank you so much. And I hope you you learn a lot from this exercise, and see you next time.